What's that? Hello, 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 hello. So being. Oh, hello, SN. How are you? Thank you for coming, SN. Thank you for coming. Please like up the stream for me. Please like up the stream for me. Okay, I'm just trying to see what you guys see. Hello, I see you. RO, well done for coming. I've been waiting on you. Did you get my message? Let me know if you got my message, RO. Let me know if you got my message. Sorry, give me a minute. I'm waiting on some more people to come in. Some more people need to be on here. Please like up the stream for me. I only see one like, guys. I only see one like. I only see one like. Oh God, I'm still trying to find a good angle. I'm rubbish when it comes on to angles. Okay. Okay. So we're waiting for some more people to come on in. I don't see where the others could be. I know some of them might be sleeping. But if you have any numbers, can you get some people to come on here? I need to mark them in, and I think this week I've not seen anyone on here really. So let me know if you can contact anyone, please. Okay, I'm waiting on some people, and as you can see, so what I want you to do for me while you're waiting is to put some do some research. Find out what are some of the skills that you would need. What are some of the skills that you would need to prepare for an interview? What skills would you need to prepare for an interview? I don't know where everyone is. It's the last day today that we can do anything. and they need to be working on this workbook. I know some of them might show up a bit late, which is fine, but still, it's ridiculous. So put some of the research skills that you might need to prepare for an interview. I just literally gave you one of the skills that you would need. That's not good, is it? So, Aura, what are some of the skills you would need to research for an interview? I'm just trying to get the rest in. They should be here. I don't know where they are. Hello, SM. I thought you would have been here already. Thank you for coming in. I see you. We're doing research skills. What are some of the research skills we would need? So drop some of the research skills we would need. Communication, excellent. That's an excellent one. Thank you so much, Moet. Thank you for saving me. Excellent. Communication skills is one of the most important ones you would need. You need communication skills. And I thought people would have said that already because communication skills, that's one of the obvious ones. That's one of the obvious ones, communication skills. So, come on, guys, tell me some more. So, communication skills. What other communication skills do you think you need? Come on, tell me. Independent. Okay. Independent is not really a skill, which is a bit confusing. But independent behavior is more of a behavior than a skill. So a skill is something that you can do. Yeah. It's not a habit. It's not an attitude. It's not a behavior. A skill is something you can physically do. Yes. So think of, communication. Communication skills is really broad. Communication skills is really broad. So what you want to do for me is to, you want to think of different type of communication skills. There are lots of communication skills. What kind of communication? SN, you're not answering me. Oro, you're not answering me. I know you're on here. So put your 2 cents in. Give me some information. Communication skills. Remember, there are different type of communication. There's written communication skills. There's verbal communication skills, and there is even computing. Yeah, so computational communicational skills. So those are 3 most important skills you will need in order to prepare, okay? In order to prepare for any interview, you need those skills. Yes? So come on, drop those skills that I just repeated in the chat. So let me hear if you hear me, if you're listening. So I repeat, I just said 3 skills that you would need for your interviews. So come on, drop those in here so I can hear, so I know that you're listening. And I only have 2 likes, guys. I only have 2 likes. I only have 2 likes. So think of the different communicational skills you might need and let me know. Yes? I just said it and I don't see anyone chatting. Does that mean no one's listening to me? Does that mean no one's listening to me? Written communication, excellent. SM, I know you would save me. Where's everybody else? Okay, so let's just discuss the 3 skills that I have said so far. The 3 skills that you need to prepare for your interview are, you have written, okay, so you need written communication skills, you need verbal and non-verbal. Okay, thank you, SM. So SM said formal and informal communication. Well done. Formal and informal communication skills. Those are very important. Yes, but let's review the ones that I said. So we have verbal. What is verbal communication? Let me know. What is verbal communication skills? What are verbal communication skills? So verbal communication skills are the spoken words. Yeah. So what I am doing now, that's a communication skill. Yeah. I am actually verbally interacting with you. Yes. I am actually using 2 skills that you would need at the moment. I'm using my text skills. Speak with confidence. Well done. You will need that when you are communicating verbally. Well done, SM. Yeah. So when you're communicating verbally. Hello, Nicola. Thank you for coming. Like up and share me out, please, darling. Like up and share me out. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. So what you would need now, you would need, as SM just said, you need to speak with confidence, non-written language. Okay, that's a good one, SM. So now we are actually discussing what verbal communications are. So what is verbal communication? First, before you tell me what you need to effectively communicate verbally, what are some of the communication? What is verbal communication? Yeah. So write that in the chat for me. Thank you, darling. What is verbal communication? Yeah. So I've said what verbal communication is already. So write it down for me in your own words. I did say verbal communication is the spoken word. So I am actually communicating with you verbally. So I'm speaking with you verbally. So you're hearing me. I'm speaking from my mouth. I'm verbally communicating. I'm speaking. Yeah. So that's verbal communication. And in order to effectively communicate, I'm just going to read out some of what SM has on there. She said, speak with confidence. That is a behavior that you need in order, you need that to work with your communication, your verbal communication skills. So if I were on here and I was like uh uh uh, and I couldn't speak, I couldn't communicate to you what I am trying to say, yes, then you wouldn't feel confident in what I am saying. You would think that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes? So that's one skill. That confidence is important in any aspect of your life. You need to be very confident in the way you display these skills. So Moit SM wrote again, verbal communication is when people speak language to send an intentional message to a listener. Well done. So awesome. So with verbal communication, as with any communication at all, you need to have a sender and a receiver. Yes. Thank you for the reminding. Yeah. So you need, with any communication that you're doing, you need to have a sender and a receiver. So now we're actually talking about the sender, the person who's going to deliver this message. And we should ensure that we know, hello, SH, how are you? Thank you. Please like up this stream for me. Thank you. So we're talking about the sender. When the sender is delivering this message or trying to communicate this message to the receiver, yes. So hence in this moment, yes, I am the sender, you are the receiver. Yeah. And the channel that I am using is the internet. Yeah. So that's the channel that I'm using. So you need to have a sender and a receiver when you're communicating. With the verbal communication, you need to be confident when you're delivering this your message. Yes. And you need to be able to speak clearly. Yes. And in speaking clearly, then you will be able to actually send your message to the receiver, and the receiver hopefully will understand what you are trying to communicate to them. Yes. So these are some of the things we're talking about, the sender and the receiver. So at the moment we're focusing on the sender. Yes. So we are talking about verbal communication. So in verbal communication as well, when we're talking about verbal communication, it works well with your non-verbal communication. Yeah. So what are our non-verbal communication? So our non-verbal communication could be, can you see that? My eyes. I am using my eyes to communicate. And if I were staring blankly at the camera, or if I was looking down, then you don't understand. Some of you might not realize it, but whatever the person is saying to you, you are also reading the nonverbal cues as well as the verbal cues. Yeah. So my nonverbal cues at the moment are, I am moving my hands, which is a form of communication. Yes. sometimes you don't want to have too many hand gestures. Hand gestures are very important, but yes, body language, well done, SN, body language. But sometimes you don't want to have too many hand movements because sometimes it will either distract or confuse the receiver. Yes? So, hand gestures, that's one. My eyes, I'm giving eye contact. Yeah, I'm looking straight at the camera. Hopefully you're seeing my eyes properly. I'm looking right at the camera. So that's a form of communicating to the person, because sometimes if you're communicating with the person and you're looking away or you're looking downward, the person will assume you are not talking to them. Yeah, you're not speaking to them. So that's a part of the reason you need to actually use your eyes. Yes, which is a form of body language. Thank you, SN. It's a form of body language to communicate with your verbal. So your verbal communication works with your with your verbal. Yeah, non-verbal and verbal works together. So you need to be clear and concise, SM say. Thank you so much. Being clear and concise is very important when you are speaking verbally. Yes. Hello, sweet mother. Please like and share me up, darling. Thank you. Please like and share me up. So you're non-verbal. And sorry, we're talking about the verbal, but we need to know and understand that the nonverbal works with the verbal. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Share me out if you can, or if you're willing. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the verbal communication, as I am communicating to you now, it needs to be clear and concise, and it needs to be spoken with confidence. Yes. And remember, we did another live on presentation, which a lot of you would have been preparing for a presentation, or you're still preparing for a presentation. So this live will give you the information that you need to be more effective in your communication skills. Yes? So as I was saying, my verbal communication works with my non-verbal communication. When I am speaking, if you notice, yes, I am speaking clearly. My mouth is moving with each word. I am pronouncing my words properly, and I am enunciating. I am stressing on points, yes, that I need you to understand. And I am also repeating the points that I need you to understand. Yes. And for the receiver at the moment, I need you to be dropping some points on what I am saying in the chat, so I understand, so I know that you understand what I'm saying. Everything I say is very important for the presentations you guys will be doing. Yes. And some of you will be doing different type of presentations, whether the presentations will be in IT, whether the presentation will be in business, whether the presentation will be just for an interview, because we need our interview skills, and we're talking about the skills that we need for our interview. But in talking about the skills that we need for an interview, it is essential that we understand what communication skills are, and the type of communication skills we need to be effective in our interview preparation. Yes. Thank you, darling. Thank you, sweet, 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 sweet mother. Yes, yes. So we're saying concise, and I want you to type. We said concise and clearly, and I spoke about a few tips, and I need you to write it in the chat so I know that you're hearing me. So we need to pronounce our words properly. We need to enunciate our words. We need to not use words that are slang or colloquialism. It really depends on your audience. You have to know your audience, and you have to know what you're trying to communicate. So you need to know your subject knowledge as well. So in when you are being concise, yeah, and when you are trying to communicate this information, you need to know your content, because if you don't know your content, then it will come off in what you're trying to say. And it sometimes, as a result, your confidence will be shattered because you don't know your content, meaning you don't know the subject area that you are talking about. Yes? So drop some of what I've just said in the chat so that I know that you understand what I'm trying to say. So we spoke about two types of communication so far. We spoke about verbal and we spoke about non-verbal communication skills, which we need. For our non-verbal communication skills is mostly it's your body language, your body's language that you display. Awesome eye contact, yes. So that's our nonverbal. So drop some nonverbal communication skills that you need for me in the chat so I know that you understand what I'm trying to say. So drop some nonverbal communication skills. SM just dropped a nonverbal, which is good eye contact, and you need that when not only when you're doing a presentation but also when you're speaking to anyone, because if you're not confident in what you're saying, then they're just not going to take you seriously. Yeah, they're just not going to take you seriously. Oh, thank you, Ebles. Thank you, Ebles. Facial expression. Come on. Is it SM alone in here? Come on. Thank you for the thumbs up, Ebles. Can you share me out as well, darling? That would be awesome. And you need to let me know when you have any stuff. You need to send it to me on IG. Body movement and posture. Oh, snap. Thank you, SM. We didn't even mention body language. We need to, yes, we did say body language and we did say movement, but we did only talk about our hand gestures that we use. But posture plays a great part as well in your communication skills when you're trying to communicate any sort of information. Because imagine if I was like this, hunched over, then you wouldn't take me seriously if I was hunched over, and you would think there was something wrong with me. You would think there was something wrong with me, and you probably concentrate on me being hunched over rather than concentrating on what I was trying to say to you. Yeah, but at the moment, great, SM. I am not hearing anything from the other guys. SN, thank you so much, darling. Oh, you're such a sweetie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ebles. Thank you, thank you so much. So we need to. So those are our body language or non-verbal communication. So now, please, I'm asking the rest of the guys to drop some more comments in the chat. I need you now to give me some verbal communication. What is verbal communication? Drop it for me in the chat, please. What is non-verbal? Sorry, what is verbal? Because we've just done what is non-verbal. So we need some verbal communication skills. I will, Eb. I will, Bless. I will come and support you. As soon as I finish it. What time? Can you send the information to me on IG? That would be awesome. My IG, I'm just gonna drop my IG in the chat for you. Can you send it to me on my IG, please, Eb, if you're still here? Yeah? So, yes. So, before you speak. So, voice. So, your voice is a part of your verbal communication. Yes. Imagine if sometimes when you're live and you don't want people to hear what you're saying, and some people will come into your live and the only thing they will see is your mouth moving. So your mouth will be moving and nothing will be coming out. And sometimes it confuses the person. Yes. Think before you speak. That's a that's great information, SM. Think before you speak. You need to think sometimes before you speak. If you don't, then what will happen is that you'll have actually sometimes. Yeah, that's me, Eb. That's me. That's me, Eb. That's my IG. Can you just send me the link on there? Because I'm literally on here for until about 12. And as soon as I come, if I see it, I can even do it while I'm here now. If I'm still on here. I doubt I'll still be on here anyways. Yeah. So for now, when you're communicating, your verbal and your nonverbal skills work together. So now we have actually defined what is nonverbal and what is verbal communication. So the next thing we want to define is now your communication skills, your computational or your IT skills. Yes? What are some of the IT skills you will need when you're preparing for an interview? What are some of the IT skills you will need? Or what would you use, if it's more difficult for you, what would you use IT to actually to do when you're preparing for your interview? What would you use your IT skills to do? Think about it. Answer my question so we can discuss it. So, our computing skills that we would need. So, drop some of the things you would need your computing skills to do. Yeah? So, computing skills will be that you can type. So, you have your typing skills. So, that's a computational skill. You have your technology skills. So you are able to use the internet. You're able to use the internet to research. Then you can use different application. So you're gonna have to be able to use different application on your computer. Applications such as, I'm waiting for you to drop it. I don't want to drop the applications in it. You want to tell me what sort of applications we would need. As Sam said, the slide must be very clear and easy to understand. Okay, so what application are you talking about? I know what application you're talking about, but tell me in the chat what application are you talking about using for your presentation, and why would they need to be easy and clear? Well done. So your PowerPoint presentation. But remember, I know we stressed on PowerPoint presentation for our last live, but what we can do, we can use other application as well, and we can use other software, or we can use websites. So Prezi is a website, and it's fun, and it's the the slides are very interactive. Yes, so we will have a look at Prezi. I think I'll do a live on Prezi and how we can use Prezi to do our presentation, because sometimes PowerPoint can be boring. But we can jazz up our PowerPoint slides. What are some of the ways we can jazz up our PowerPoint slides? So if we're preparing a PowerPoint slide for interview, yes, if we're preparing a PowerPoint slide, because I remember one of my interviews that I went for, yes, it was to be I think a tutor. Yes, they wanted me to prepare a PowerPoint slide, and it was about trying to sell something to someone, and I had to use basic skills because I need to teach people about how to use basic skills in PowerPoint. And I remember I had to do a PowerPoint. So PowerPoint presentations is not only for school, it's not only for colleges, it's not only when you do have the job. Sometimes they do ask you to do a PowerPoint presentation so that you can present that in the interview. Yes. So SM is saying that the slides need to be clear. Yes, they need to be clear and they need to be easy to understand. Well done. But what are some of the things we can use on it for it to be fun and interactive? So it's not boring. It's not me just talking like that. It's not me just talking, just doing all sorts of talking without any interaction whatsoever. Images, well done. So you can use images on your PowerPoint presentation to make it less so just to make it, I don't want to use that B word, boring. I don't want to use that word, to make it more interactive. Okay, so you can use images on your PowerPoint to make it more interactive. What else? You can use images, and you can also use animation, because it feels like it's only SM that is helping, that is in the chat, which is weird. But we can use images and we can use animation. Yep. So these are some of the things we need to ensure that we understand how to do a presentation. So what I am going to do, so we have, we didn't talk about the written. Yes. So in this aspect, we're going to take your PowerPoint as your written communication. Yes. So your PowerPoint, as we were saying, it needs to be clear and precise so that it needs to be clear and easy to understand. Yes. And you don't want to have too much information on one slide. You want to bullet point it. And because you're bullet pointing it, you need to ensure that you understand and you know your contents. Yes. So these are some of the things that you want to ensure that you do. Yeah. Yes. So who's playing with me? Okay. I don't know who that is. I hope they had fun coming to give me a thumbs down. Okay. So that's the short of it. That's the short of it. So now we're going to actually go through, or some of the things that we need to go through on our workbook. And I'm just going to go through it and we're going to discuss it. So yesterday we went through different aspects of how we were preparing for our interview and how we were selling ourselves. And we also went through the different types of websites and the different means and methods of how we can find jobs on the we said we could find jobs in using different tech, and we different means, different ways. So what are some of the methods that we discussed that we could find jobs? What are the different ways we can search for jobs? Let us know in the comments, please. What are some of the ways we can search for jobs? So we said 3 ways we can search for jobs. We did mention 3 different ways. One way, website. Well done. We can use different websites. And can you drop what type of websites we mentioned? So I'm going to say we mentioned Read, and you said Total Jobs, and then we had a few more. Can you drop it in a chat for me? So we had a lot of different we have a lot of different websites that you can go and you can find jobs. I will do another live on it, on how we can search for jobs and the different ways that we can search for jobs. Okay, so we have, hello beauty, like it up for me please and share me out. I don't know who came and give me a thumbs down for no reason. I don't even know who that person was. Info on job. Okay, cool. Yes. So Chic, thank you so much. So these are some of the ones we mentioned. I said Read. We said Total Jobs, Indeed, Monster. There's so many of them. Telegraph. You can find it on there. You have your So tell me some more ways. And then those are the internet. And then we said that we can also search for jobs using our local newspapers. Yes, not just only a local newspaper, but I would just say if you want to work, Job Today. Thank you so much, sweet mother. Thank you so much. Job Today is another website that we can use. Thank you, BB. Thank you, BB. Thank you, Beauty. I see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. So what we could do is we could use our local newspaper to search for jobs if we are planning on working locally. Yes, we can also use newspaper that is national if you're willing to travel out to work, which is awesome. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much. I need it. Thank you. So that's how we will do that. Yes, if you're planning on traveling out to work, that's the best way to do it. So now we have our websites that we can use. We have our newspapers. What are some of the other ways? I did mention some other ways that you can actually search for a job. There's another way that you can do it, and we did mention it. I am waiting. I am waiting. Okay, so let's see. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we mentioned 3 ways: website, Then we mentioned the website that we can use to search. We mentioned the newspaper, but there's also cold calling. Remember, I mentioned cold calling. Cold calling is when you just either you drop in, so either you visit the physical establishment, or you visit the or you make a cold call. You literally use a phone to make the call. And that's with the knowledge that you don't know if there are any job vacancies. So you're cold calling, you're calling to find out if they do have any vacancies that you can apply for, and they will either pass you on to the HR department or to the department that will help, or they will tell you no, they don't have any vacancies at the moment. So that's a part of cold calling. So the one that I want to move on to for that one, because now we want to research and we want to discuss the term open job market and hidden job market. I need for you to research those terms for me and let me know what you think, and what does the term open job market or hidden job market means. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Open job market or hidden job market? Okay, so open job market and hidden job market. This is very important, and we need to understand this, especially to fill in the workbook that we're working on. So open job market is where they post jobs. It's where the jobs that you want to apply for, you can find it because they're posted. These jobs are posted. They're posted on the internet. They're posted in newspapers. Yeah. So the job seeker will be able to actually see and understand that there is a job vacancy. So that's an open job market. Thank you, sweet mother. Thank you for coming and spending some time with me. Thank you so much. So that's what it is. You will find that you can find these jobs. So open job market is where the jobs are posted. Yes, so you can find help wanted advertisements, yes, in newspapers, to source lead. You can find these on the internet as well. So those are open job market. It means that the jobs are posted and you can find these jobs. Yes, so they are documented. Yes, and then so what we have been talking about, the ones that are not posted, that's not an open job market. Yes, so the difference between a public market and a hidden job market is that the published job markets are the ones that are advertised in magazine, newspapers, and websites, whereas the hidden job market are the ones that are sourced internally and are not needed immediately. Yes, so it means that, for example, if you're working hidden market, yeah, job market is wherein, for example, you're working in a firm and they have vacancy in that firm or in that institution, but it's not posted for people that are looking for a job from outside. It's posted internally, and some of these jobs they only need people internally because they require the skills that you are already trained up for. So they will actually post these jobs internally, and they will source that job from only that institution, not externally. Yes, so that's a hidden job market. Thank you, Beauty. So that's what the hidden job market is. So we need to understand the difference. So the open job market is when the jobs are posted either in local newspapers, on websites, yes. So the public will know about it. It's public. It's open because it's public. The hidden is because it's internal, and when it's internal, it's mostly sometimes, from my experience, let me know if you have any other experience. From my experience, is people, they'll employ people from internally, and the vacancies will only be posted internally, and at times it's not an immediate need, so they don't readily need that person to fill that vacancy. They just posted it. Yes, and sometimes they will train up someone from that department or internally as well. Awesome. Let me know if you understand what I just said, guys. Let me know if you do understand. You can drop a heart as well. You don't have to say yes. You can drop hearts. You can drop emojis. Just let me know if you're still on here. Drop hearts and emojis. I thought that I would get some more people on here because I need more people on here. Thank you. Thank you. You can drop hearts as well, SM, so that I know you don't have to do the yes thing, but you can drop hearts as well. Yeah. Thank you so much. Um, so can you, I know you said yes, but can you drop a brief explanation of what I just said in the comments so I know that you understand what I'm saying? Okay. I'll give you a few minutes to do so. So drop what you understand a open market is, an open job market is. What's the difference between an open job market and a closed job market? Okay, my girl. Um, Open market, yes. So a open market, you said markets where they post job in websites, so it is public. So not only websites, what else? What else? But I understand. You gave me your understanding of what I just said, which is great. So it's where they post jobs. Yes, so it's open to the public, and you can see the jobs that are available because it's open to the public. Yes. And they post it on websites and newspapers. Okay, hidden job market or jobs that are posted internet. Yes, well done. So let's move on to the other question. Okay, this question I didn't discuss, so we're going to discuss this question. It says identify where. Yes, the term is where. You need to, when you're answering a question, you need to look for keywords. So identify where to look for jobs within open and hidden job markets. Yeah. So what I would do if I'm answering that question, I would answer, you can look for jobs in open job market by searching this, searching da. Yeah, and you can look for jobs in hidden market, the hidden job market, by researching it here or speaking to someone there. So drop in the comment section, because I want to know if you understand how to answer this question. So first let's tackle the first half of the question, because this question comes in two folds. Yeah. One is, where would you look for jobs within a open job market? So that's the first half of the question. Where would you look for jobs in an open job market? Yes. Websites. Well done. Journal. Journal, what do you mean by journals, Moet? So journals, website, well done. So yes, so that would be the answer for the first one. I would accept that answer. But I would expect for you to write a bit more. So for the closed job market, where would you go? Where would you go for the closed job market? Well done, newspapers. That's for open job market. Yeah, so you're answering the first bit, SM. So the open job market, will be newspapers. So for now that we've answered the first half of the question, the second half of the question is now, where would you find jobs in a hidden job market? Where? If it's hidden and it's not posted to the public, where would you find it? This is a difficult one. Let me see if you know. If you know, where would you find it? If it's hidden, where would you find it? I'm waiting for comments. Okay. So so for the hidden job market, I will give you a tip. It's internal. So if it's internal, it would be advertised either in your department. It will be probably advertised on your company's website or your company's bulletin. So that's an example. So if they have like a company bulletin, this they will post the jobs in the company's bulletin. Yes, so I'm helping you there with this 2.2 question. So you can go to your company's website if it's internal. Yeah, you can go to your company's bulletin. You can go to your company's bulletin. Sometimes your company might have a notice board as well, and that's like a physical notice board, because some companies have a a digital notice board that would be placed on the company's intranet. So let me explain what an intranet is. So you have internet and you have intranet. So the intranet will only be accessible by by staff members or by people with passwords and passcodes. Yes, that's what an intranet is. The intranet is normally only accessible by people from a particular department, a particular firm, a particular company, a particular college, a particular school, and you would need a passcode to access information on your intranet. Yeah, the internet is public, but the internet is